Hi, welcome back to Petals and Tea Tarot. Today we have the question of what you need to hear right now. What is it that Spirit is trying to tell you and you need to know right at this very moment? So we have pile 1 here, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I want you to take a deep breath and pick which pile most resonates with you. I'll see you in the reading. If you chose this kyanite crystal, this is your reading. So I'm going to pull out your cards. You have the dolphin. Okay. Sometimes the dolphin is a very intelligent and light, joyous creature, and although this is true, sometimes it can have struggles realizing its self-worth and its own power and claiming that power. Earthworm. Earthworm can mean that, you know, having trouble sharing and opening up to others and sharing your vision and sharing your light. As you can see, like, it's all this is within, but none of this is coming outside of kind of what you've raveled yourself in. And what you need to hear right now, I think, is some of opening up to others and realizing your worth. We have black egg here. This is also about speaking up, and this is it's funny here with the kyanite. This is about aligning your chakras. This is the blue chakra, the throat chakra, which talks about speaking your truth. We have introspection, violet. And I'm drawn to these petals here, which is hearts. It's almost telling me, like, open your heart and look within for you. Maybe you've been looking in a lot for your answers, but once you start expressing yourself to others and when things really start moving. We have cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body and tune into the moon's magic. With the butterflies here, there's definitely a transformation happening, and I think you will know the right time and what to say and what to express and what to share and what not to share. We have spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. Yeah, you may be these things that you're afraid to share could be musical or creative endeavors, like such as writing or painting or musical instruments, something of that sort. And there's a little bit of fear of here and shy and hesitance into sharing this. We have the Fool, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Cups. So some of you could have trouble opening up emotionally and sharing this kind of full cup. And this in the Ace of Cups shows this girl, she's handing him a cup, a full cup, right? But I'm feeling that you're hesitant to open up and let love rule the situation. This could be opening up to a father figure with the King of Cups, but I think this is just opening up emotionally. There's new beginnings here for sure, so you might have been stuck in a sort of cycle that is negative, like this reminds me of kind of the Wheel of Fortune, that everything in life kind of has its right timing and goes in a certain way, and you might be feeling kind of down right now, but there's new beginnings here for you. The biggest thing is that if you feel like you're yearning to reach out to the world, this is your time to do so. This is also about, you know, feeling safe sharing things, but also keeping the things that are really vulnerable close to yourself. You know, with the Fool here, you may be having trouble taking that leap of faith, and the introspection, violet, can be like, look before you leap, and you know, you can discern what you should share with who and the balance of how much should I say, how much I shouldn't. This is supposed to alleviate the shyness in opening up to others. Yeah, it can be difficult for anybody to open up and share something that's really important to them, and this is why sometimes we want to share something that's less close. Sharing if you're like a writer, for example, maybe start with sharing something small that you wrote, like a short story, rather than something that you've been working on for a long time, because it was more difficult for sure to share something of that, the big sort of things. Like here, you're only sharing, like the Ace of Cups, only sharing 1 cup rather than sharing 8 cups. It's trusting yourself to know what to hold back. The answers are within you, and yeah, your angels want to know that it's a really good idea to open up to a little bit, just a little bit, and speak your truth. Again, don't forget to sing. In the black egg here talks about talking, right? This is about having fun and letting go a little bit, letting loose. You will find what you're looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, Pile 1. Thanks for coming to your reading. Hope to see you again. If you chose this selenite this tower here, this is about cleansing, and it can also amplify other crystals, which is very cool, very pretty. Let's get out your cards. We have Daffodil here, self-worth. So you may be feeling a little bit unworthy, a little bit insecure, weak or worried. You have red, forgive. There's a sense here that to forgive yourself, especially with self-worth here, it's talking of the self. Maybe there's something that you feel guilty about and you're worried about. But self-worth asks us to not allow the ego to interfere. It's focusing on the parts of you, like asking for help if you need help, which fits perfectly with this next card, support. Ask for help, get more rest, nurture yourself. You maybe struggle with, in the past or now, with what you need right here, right now, is struggling with reaching out when you need help. You have the frog here. It's all about cleansing, which is very similar to the stone we have here. We also have a tarantula. Yeah, I do feel like there's a bit of fear here with the tarantula card, but also that a sort of, you know, making your web and making your life how you wish it to be can be a struggle when there's a lot of possible sidetracking. There's the possible anger here as well, like something is sidetracking you from your beliefs and what you want. This could be battling with an addiction here because of forgive, and battling with a breakup even, and not being able to let go of certain habits. The camel here. So there's a sense that of a self-judgment and anger that maybe a trip away, a trip of cleansing would help you. Your tarot cards are Nine of Cups, Page of Swords, and the King of Swords. So I feel some frustration here, as like taking action you feel is almost, you just want to scream out and yell, like things aren't how you want them to be right now. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help, is what your angels want to tell you. You may be struggling with a little bit of envy and jealousy with self-worth here, but this is reminding us to focus on the self and focusing on a bigger picture. This is, you know, self-criticism. You may want to take some time to just look in the mirror and tell yourself things that you love about yourself and things that you admire about yourself. There's an energy here of being grateful for what you do have. Yeah, because there's insecurities here for sure that need to be addressed, and everyone gets insecure sometimes, so it's completely understandable. I mean, everyone is insecure about something, but when it overwhelms us and it becomes more of a habit and an everyday thing to criticize what we have, this is the time to lessen that hold on yourself. I'm really drawn to this image here of this just hug and comfort that they're getting. So you might really need a hug. You might really need someone to just give you a bunch of roses and so these are tomatoes actually. But I'm sensing like you may have felt in the past bullied, or that people were just out to get you, in a sense. For some of you, that's something here, that people did not like your success, so you kind of learned to sit with them and just and just believe that. But this is forgiving for yourself and forgiving for them. It's about cleansing yourself of all the things that people had said and all the things that kind of made you kind of wrapped up in this this thing. I feel like you are a little bit more I don't want to, I mean, just a little bit more focused on outward things rather than inward. There's a, like, this is about merging both, like, lack of power and also full power, so that you feel balanced. This is discovering self-love on another level, on a fuller level. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, pile 2. To see pile 3 to your reading. If you chose this yellow crystal, then this is your reading. I'm going to pull out your cards. First we have the yarrow, boundaries. So you may be lacking healthy boundaries with yourself and others. Here, I'll put the crystal in front of it so it sticks up there. Okay. We also have innocence. Take time to play, nurture your inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. We have tarot cards, Son of Cups, Two of Cups, and Justice. It should be like this. We have the yellow, or the golden egg, not the yellow egg. There is some yellow energy here though with the crystal. And the egg, this can be pertaining to friendship and joy, positivity. We have the octopus and the cheetah, and we have stars as your last card. You can manifest your every wish. So what I'm feeling for you, group 3, is definitely this lack of boundaries is prominent here, because we have the octopus, which also means lack of healthy boundaries. This can mean that you're kind of being unfair to yourself and overextending yourself. Like, the octopus has so many, you know, tentacles that are going around. As I was saying, the octopus talks about healthy boundaries, and if you don't have healthy boundaries, you're really being unfair to yourself with the Justice card here. That I think you're spending too much time on this other person in the situation. You could miss them a lot, and like you're thinking, like I think you've lost someone, and you're thinking, I'd still do anything for them. I'm gonna wait until you come back, sort of energy that you might, like with the Seven of Cups here, that you might feel like you're waiting for them, you're daydreaming about them, you're waiting for them to come back to you. You're kind of thinking, wishing them on the stars and to bring this unity to you. But with the golden egg here, which is about the heart chakra, and this is connecting with yourself. This is reconnecting to your purpose, the cheetah, and also finding unity within you. When we lack healthy boundaries, we can tend to overexpress ourselves, overextend our energy, where it could be possible that you were trying to heal somebody or help somebody, but you have to have stronger boundaries and a protective shield, as you can see, like this protective shield around this card, around yourself. These boundaries could just be like, during these time periods, I'm going to be by myself. Or the boundaries could be, all right, I'm not going to think about you anymore today because I'm doing this or that. And it's a reminder to take care of yourself. You know, you can be kind to people, and it's a noble thing to like care for another, right here with that innocence. And there's just a very nurturing vibe here. But when you aren't caring for yourself and you're lacking those boundaries with yourself, you are not clear-headed and clear-minded. You're thinking like more of them than you are of yourself. And I'm feeling here also with this card that you have great empathy, that you're very empathetic towards others, which might be why that you're having this struggle with this boundary issue, is that you care a lot about people. And setting boundaries can be a loving thing for them as well, not just yourself, because you don't want to push too much or push too hard on somebody, right? Yeah, I'm just feeling there is a connection here with yourself that needs to be made, and a loving hand that needs to be extended to yourself. Maybe that's how you're find this joy and this peace within you, is setting boundaries with other people. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is a time to kind of step back and wait for them to come forward to you. It's listening and waiting for kind of them to come forward and them to be the ones that kind of state their case, is what I'm feeling. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. Pile 3, this is what you need to know right now, is setting healthy boundaries for yourself. Thank you for coming to this reading, and I hope to see you again. Welcome back. For if you chose this fluorite crystal, then this is your reading. So I'm going to pick out your cards here. We have your tarot first, the Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, and 5 of Wands, Starfish, Firefly, and the Zebra. We have Freedom. Live wild and free, choose your freedom, claim your independence. Flower, be honest with yourself. And finally, Red Root, Shadow Side. So, group 4, the first thing I want to say is there's definitely been a change in your life. I think someone could have recently left, or you recently left them. This could be a romantic connection, but this could also be just a friendship. And I felt like for a long time that you knew you should be without them. For a long time that you weren't honest with yourself about this friendship or this romantic connection. And you kind of have this feeling like you've wasted time on them. With the fluoride here, this is about stabilizing emotion and reducing negative energy. And I think you've kind of blamed yourself a little bit for this situation, and haven't been your freest, most brightest self. So with the shadow side here, this is the way your shadow side shows can be through negative aspects of yourself that can be destructive or undesirable that you don't like, right? You may not always notice that these parts of you, but it will be projected through outer circumstances in your life. And it is very important to be kind to yourself during these times. And I'm feeling like there is times when there's inspiration that strikes you, times where through this darkness you have this light, and I feel like this is creativity. So with the zebra here and also firefly, this is talking about creative pursuits and art and adventure. This is talking about when these things approach you, when you like write a poem or write a song. This is what the firefly energy is at play. It's when you grasp onto those things that kind of make you. And with the Knight of Pentacles here, the Temperance, and 5 of Wands, they all give the energy that it is time for you to identify your passions and build your mission. You might be wanting recognition for the things that you do. With the Starfish, Starfish can be kind of superficial and shallow and focus more on outward appearance than inner. And it could also mean with the Starfish here in the shadow side that you're focusing a lot on these darker parts of you and not accepting them. But this is asking you to be honest with yourself and realizing that everybody has these parts, and once you accept that parts, you will be more free for it. Temperance is about, balance and creating balance in your life. It's a kind of go with the flow attitude, and also finding ingredients. Sorry, that's my heater. Finding ingredients that your life is missing. So what you've been ignoring, like the things that you need and want that you've been ignoring, this is asking you to confront those things and start doing those things. I think there could also be, if what I said in the beginning did not resonate with you about the relationship, this could also mean a thing that you've wanted, but you felt like you've wasted time going for it. But this is a message that you need to hear right now, that it's time to figure out your life a little bit. It's time to figure out your passions and go for them. It's time to figure out what you want out of career and, you know, contemplate that, your desires and how to get there. This red root is also connected to the root chakra, so grounding can be really good for you. This can also be a sort of message about lack of direction. You may feel like you don't have a good direction in your life or purpose, but this is about expressing your creativity, about starting something. When you find those moments where you are lit up with creativity and passion for something, it's time to start doing those, trying to figure them out and start doing them. Yeah, it's finding out what makes you happy and detaching from the old way of thinking and the old way of doing things. This will grant you independence and freedom and ability to like spread your wings and try and finally take that breath of relief. The red root can also relate to astrology and help. If you know anything about astrology, then you'll know what I'm talking about, but this is integrating your shadow side. So your shadow side can be found with your south node, so you can look into that if you know anything about that. But on the opposite side of your chart is the north node, which holds your life direction and soul's purpose, which I feel like there is an urge here to let go of these outward appearances and what you think you should act like, who you think you should be, how you think you should look, and stop relying on those and start searching deeper into yourself, finding those passions. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, pile 4. Thanks for coming to your reading. Hope to see you again.